My dear learners, how are you now? In my last class, if you remember properly, rightly perhaps, I've explained to you the uses of be forms, be especially base form, and said some of the uses of is, am, or the present tense be forms, And this is in continuation of the is and am or, That means is, am, or have many uses which I did in my last video. In this lesson, I am going to explain to you the other uses of is, am, or along with them, what are their past forms and what are their future forms, Now, I want all of you to take a glance at this table, Understand these, These are very, very important for you, For example, am, you look at the top heading, present. Understand these, Present tense, past tense, and future tense, This is in relation to the be forms, In my last class, I told you the uses of is and am are, Today, I am going to tell you some more uses, And much before that, try to understand this, Am is present tense, Whenever you have to write past tense for it, you should write was. Am I clear? Suppose you want to write future form for am, it should be will be or shall be, And when it comes to the next one is, the past tense of is was, and their future forms are will be, shall be, and are, what past tense and future tense will be, shall be. Well, what this table tells you, you must have been observed something, an oddity, a newness perhaps, a bit of confusion. What is it? For am, is, and are. For all these three forms, the future forms will be same, remember. That's why will be, shall be, and will be, shall be. Instead of all these, why can't you write will be and shall be one time like this, my dear friends? In order to avoid the confusion for you. Whenever you want to write, whenever you have to write down be future form for am and is and are, use shall and will followed by be. That's all. Very simply, am, is, are present tense. Their past tense forms was and were, and the be form, future form for all these is, will be, and shall be, my dear friends. And now I am going to teach you some more rules of is, am, or. Am, is, are. The first one, we can use am, is, and are to express your age. Otherwise, to tell your age, you can say for simply, For example, I am 60, you can say, or I am 60 years old. Both are right. Either the form should be like this with 60, or it should be with I am 60 years old. Okay? Next one. She is 25. My father is 94, you can say. My teacher is 75, you can say. Am I clear? Like that, This is the first use of be form, That is, am, or I am speaking. Next, we can use this am, is, or in present tense to talk about your weight. To talk about your weight. Suppose, what's your weight? What's your weight? The answer would be, my weight is 70 kgs. English people say this in the form of lbs also. That's also right, Both are right, what's the weight of your baby, Well, the weight of my baby is, say, 6 kgs, 10 kgs, and like that you can say, Right? Am I clear? Next one. To talk about the price. To talk about the prices also, we can use these forms, For example, you can say many easy things you can talk about here. Suppose, how much is this melon? How much is this watermelon? Well, the man says it is 30 rupees, 40 rupees, or 50 rupees. Right? You can ask like that. What's the cost of the ticket? Like that you can ask. So we can use it for age, size, and then weight also. And sometimes whenever you want to talk about the uses of measurements, to talk about the height and dimensions also. For example, I ask you a question. How high is your ceiling? Suppose your bedroom ceiling is same would be, how high is your ceiling? Suppose I ask, how high is your ceiling? What would be the answer generally? My ceiling is 6 feet or something like that. 6 feet, you can say 6 feet high, you can say. Like that. Now you can talk about, and one more thing, one more use of am and is, or you can talk about the mental state or the conditions of persons. For example, I am angry. She is sad. You're cold. Like that, you can say many things also. Right. In the same way, my father is very calm, C-A-M-E, calm, C-A-L-M, calm, quiet, calm, quiet, excited, angry, emotional. These are different states, You can talk about the weather also. How is the day today? Well, it's sunny. To talk about weather, to talk about the weights, to talk about the state conditions, mental state conditions of the people, and to talk about the measurements. Like this, you can use be forms. This is enough for you. Don't get confused. Based on this, you will have wonderful conversations which I am going to deal in my next class. To sum up the earlier class and this class, let me go like this, in unit 2, in chapter 2 and 3, what have you learned, my dear friends? You have learnt about B forms. B forms are 18 number, you have understood. Well, what are they? Be, is, am, or, was, were, being and been, they are number. It's a kind of revision. Let's go retrospectively. Let's revise perhaps. Let's recapitulate, you can say. One is B forms or 18 number. Be, is, am, or, was, were, being and been. Of these, there is a classification, second point. What is it? Be is the base form, is, am, or present tense forms, and was and were past tense forms, and being in form of be, and being the third form of be form. Am I clear? And next, I have explained to you the uses of be. Be can be used be plus adjective, be plus adverb can be used to talk about, to say or to give suggestions, advice, admonitions, and then sometimes scoldings also, commands, orders. Similarly, there you also have learned that we can make negative sentences with don't be careless, don't be lazy. Whether it is a suggestion or instruction or order, how it is to be known? Your voice tell that. Suppose if you soften your voice and say, don't be lazy, it could be a kind of suggestion. If you raise your voice, there is a high pitch in your voice, don't be late, don't be lazy. It is becomes an order, something command like that. Be punctual. Be punctual. That's the pen. So, by this what you understand? The exact meaning of the words is known by your voice. Am I clear? Next, I have explained to you the uses of am, is and are. Please understand this table. This is very, very important for you. Unless you understand this, you cannot make your sentences. I assure you, my friends, if you are able to master this, the rules of these, by way of doing exercises, which will keep in our blog soon, and understanding this, you will be able to speak almost beautiful English, in certain areas, I can say. Now, what are this one? The present tense be form is am, and its past tense is was, and the future tense of am is will be, shall be. And here is present tense, was past tense, and will be, shall be future tense. And are present tense, were past tense, and their future is will be, shall be. And what you understand from this, the past tense of am, is, and are. Of all these, the future tense of these three will be same. That is, will be, shall be. Will be, shall be. Of course, don't get worried about when should we use will be, when should we use shall be. In modern English, the difference between these two is wiped out. Yet, there are some differences which I would like you to learn when the tenses come, And this you will be able to make wonderful sentences. How they will be and how to use these wisely, I will tell you, let you know perhaps in my next English video lesson. That gives you a wonderful, next one is completely, next lesson perhaps would be completely based on the conversations of the grammar items which are essentials, which I have taught so far for you. Till then, goodbye. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. Yours, friend English teacher, tutor, friend, philosopher and guide, Chandrasekhar. Namaste.